Selling fruit or vegetables to a European buyer is easy if the visitor is in front of you. But when it comes to exporting produce from the south to Europe, it's another story. It's 6 a.m. in Kawani, a small Kenyan village without any water or electricity. As usual, like millions of women across the world, Tina is helping her daughter get ready for school. The young woman takes the track leading to her workplace. She arrives there 40 minutes later. It's a small 5-hectare farm employing around 20 people. Hygiene rules are strict on this farm because beans are grown for export. Women pickers are paid according to the volume of beans they pick. But they don't only pick them, they also have to sort them. Only perfectly selected and graded beans will be bought at a higher price by an exporter and allowed to travel by truck to Nairobi's packhouses. Tina earns around €1.50 from Francis Kelly, the farmer who employs her.
Okay, this is my grading shed. I used a lot of effort to make it the way it is. I also trained my graders how to grade extra fine and fine beans. We have to be trained on how to keep our produce clean and how to keep them as they want. So there is a standard which you need to attain in order to get a certification to export the produce. I depend on these beans. Also the pickers and whoever works with the farm depends on this produce. So if they terminate my contract, of course I'll lose. Yeah.
To be able to deliver exportable beans, producers like Francis must stick to very strict rules. They must have infrastructure such as charcoal-powered cold rooms, toilets for the staff, or a locked place to store pesticides. The intention in itself is commendable, but few small-scale producers can invest in such infrastructure. Furthermore, these requirements rarely take into account local conditions. The requirements of the supermarkets are the same for both European and African producers. The resources needed to implement them are the same, but in very different circumstances.
Yeah, it is a shade for night watchmen.
Why, you have robbers?
Yeah, no, because of hippos. We have hippos here.
There is a big risk that the small producers will not be able to finance such infrastructure and will simply disappear from the supply chain of these exporters. In order to keep them in the circuit, exporters need to train them to respect good farming practices. What applies to beans in Kenya is also true for other products cultivated in developing countries. Here we are in Ivory Coast in the region of Benoa, a major pineapple producer. Stanislas Diue is consultant for an association of southern producers and European importers. Today, his mission is to listen to the needs of small farmers grouped into a cooperative by their manager, Mr. Traoré.
Donc Abraham,
Oui.
Joseph,
Oui.
qui sont deux planteurs de notre coopérative.
À part Abraham, il y a combien d'autres petits producteurs que vous avez?
Ben, nous avons à peu près 147 petits planteurs actifs.
Actifs. Alors, quels sont les besoins les besoins de ces petits poulets-là aujourd'hui?
Depuis que nous faisons des ananas, on peut dire qu'on connaît le travail d'ananas. Mais comme les choses changent, il faut un encadré pour suivi.
In Ghana, small producers have grouped together in an association. In this way, they can reach a sufficient volume to supply an exporter. Together, they have invested in the basic infrastructure in order to respect the requirements of European retailers.
Okay.
The association gave itself the name Power, a name that sounds like a slogan. This is one way of motivating people in order to combine efforts and meet market demands. The members of the association meet with their president to organize the next harvest.
PIP taught us many things there, what to do and what not to do, and how to get good market, and to meet the demand of the market.
Final information.
Small producers are essential to the local economy because their activity provides a living for an entire family, sometimes for a whole village, by securing jobs for non-skilled labor.
My name is Marin Zula. I've got 5 kids. I'm happy with this job. It helps me improve my living conditions, send my children to school. We've set up a fund with the other women pickers. Everyone gives something, and we can help those who need money at a certain point.
Keeping small producers going responds to the ethical concerns of European consumers. Access to export markets allows small producers to gain greater benefits from their produce and thus to improve their standard of living. It's one way of reducing poverty in rural areas, one of the Millennium Development Goals.
Kufukan to kita kakuana.